Hello and welcome to another episode of Diabetes 180. Today we're talking about why you should be checking your insulin levels. So there are three reasons why you should be checking your insulin levels. Often when you go into your primary care doctor's office, and they're doing a routine checkup, they're checking for some very specific things. In a metabolic panel, it includes blood sugar. And that is a way to kind of pre-test to see if you have diabetes. There's also an A1C test that helps to tell you if not only if you have diabetes, but if you are pre-diabetic, meaning on your way to getting diabetes. But there's another test that's very effective, not just for diabetes, but for overall general health, and that's insulin levels. So the first reason why you should be checking your insulin levels is because the reality is it could take 8 to 10 years to develop diabetes. So even though your A1C might be normal, let's say you go to the doctor and your A1C is 5.3, and he says, great, no diabetes for you. The reality is you could be having diabetes developing under the surface. Like an analogy would be a root of a tree. As a root is growing, before it breaks the surface, right? You don't see that something is growing under the ground. But over years, you could be developing diabetes and not knowing it because it doesn't show up on your A1C. The insulin level will help with that, because if your insulin is high, you know that you're on your way towards diabetes if you don't make a change in your life. A second important reason to check your insulin level is because if you're struggling with weight loss and obesity, it could be the reason. So you've dieted, you're exercising, you're cutting back on calories, but you still can't lose weight. The reason could be that your body is resistant to insulin. Insulin resistance is a very well-known cause for obesity and trouble with weight loss. So it's great to know why you're struggling. Check your insulin levels and find out if that's the reason why. Reason number 3. This is also very important. So if you are diabetic and you're taking medication, or you're not taking medication, you're just trying to manage it with your lifestyle, insulin levels could be a way to know if your treatment plan is actually working. Because if you're insulin resistant, despite treatment, you're not really doing anything for the disease. You're just covering the symptoms up. So insulin resistance, we know today, is the real cause of diabetes. If you're insulin resistant, meaning your insulin levels are high, whatever treatment plan you're on is really not reversing the disease. So those are the 3 reasons why you should be checking your insulin levels. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you have other topics you'd like to discover or uncover about diabetes or health in general, definitely leave me a message in the comment section. All right. Have you checked your insulin levels? Do you have questions about that? You can leave a message in the comment section as well. We'll definitely make a video in the future to tell you how to interpret the test, if you need help with that. All right. So again, as always, this is Diabetes 180, and I'll see you next week.